What's happening, party people? I am still, I'm going to say, wrestling with that 850 down there at the RV park now. Wanted to let you guys know to check my website, robertdiy.com. I'm putting parts up there almost daily. So if you need some parts, you could go there. If there's something that you need that I don't have on the website, you can send me an email request for it, and we'll go from there. If you are in a tight situation where you just simply can't afford to buy something, if it's something you need to get your car running, let me know. I could probably help you out. If it's something, some kind of upgrade or some kind of specialty part or something that you just want to make your car nicer, man, you're going to have to pay for that stuff. I don't have any problems with helping you out if you're really in need financially in a tight spot. But if you're just trying to upgrade or get something extra nice or something, just pay for it. So I'm putting that stuff up on the website. I'm going to let it sit there 2 or 3 days before I offer that stuff to the rest of the global world and start marketing it. If you're in Patreon, and any of the videos for that matter, I am linking other videos at the end of the video. So while my exit clip is going, videos should pop up on the screen that are related to either the video you just saw or to some fully instructional video that I've posted in the past, and you could click on those to see those if you haven't seen them before. Do watch the out credit on the video to see if it has some information. I'm also linking that stuff in the description area that you can do your drop down and look under the video and click on links in the description area for other information that you might need. And if you're in the Patreon site, I'm trying to post a video in there about my new ride when I do things to it. Been on the road so long, I'm probably going to just make all that stuff public for other people to see what's going on with my new ride. I just didn't think it'd be this long. So I'm getting weird comments and questions about different fluids and stuff like that. If you have a question about your engine oil, color, texture, whatever, it's not good to try to gauge that by looking at the inside of the cap, looking at it on the dipstick, looking at it through, binoculars, different stuff like that. Pull a drain bolt out of the drain pan, drop some into a clean container, and scoop up a cup full of it, several ounces of it, and look at it through your drain bolt. Because looking at oil film, just a thin layer on your dipstick or on your cap or something like that, isn't going to tell you anything. If you really want to know what's going on, send a sample of it to a laboratory to analyze. But other than that, pull the drain bolt in a clean container, drop some in the oil drain pan, analyze it that way. Don't be sending me all these weird questions about you smelled your oil and your oil smelled like Cookie Crisp or something like that. Drop it in a pan, look at it there. The coolant system. These coolant systems are a little bit strange. Maybe other coolant systems are like that as well. But when the car is running and warmed up, the system is not really pressurized. You can ease the cap off like I've shown in the video. The car has to be running. Quit trying to get that cap off with the system hot and the engine not running. It ain't going to work right. It's going to pressurize. Once you shut the engine off, the atmosphere is cool, under 100 degrees. The engine is hot, over 200 degrees. Once you shut the engine off, that coolant system begins to pressurize. Hard to get that cap off. Probably can't get it off until the engine cools down at least 30 minutes to an hour. So if you're checking for a bad head gasket, it's best to check with the engine running. Use the example on the video I showed you. Don't cut the engine off and try to get that coolant reservoir cap off. The owner's manual really warns against it. I'm telling you to stop doing it. You gotta keep the engine running. Take it off real slow, like I did in the video. Man, I get some weird stuff about those engine coolant systems and head gasket stuff. So if your coolant reservoir cap is cracked, or some other line like in this video is busted, or something else is going on with your coolant system, when you cut the car off, it's going to try to overpressurize and leak the stuff out. Do be advised of that. Do not try to get the cap off with the system off. And when you shut the engine off, if you have something weak in the system like the cap or a broken line or something, fluid's probably going to leak out of there until the engine cools down. So just a couple notes. I hope you enjoyed today's clips. I think I went to the junkyard, did some work on the S60R, a turbo swap, and maybe a couple other things. Thanks for watching. Catch you guys later. Welcome to Hanging Out with Robert. That's me. This video contains things that I encounter throughout the day. If for some reason I complete a task and you would like to see the details, you can click on the link in the description area below. This video also contains tips and tricks that I learned throughout the years. I plan on leaving this video accessible for about 30 days. After that, you can view it through my Patreon account. Thank you very much for watching. Kicking off the Tinker Day, less suave. Gotta deal with this bubble on my tire. Down here in, what part of town we in? San Leandro? Yeah. Looking at this 01 XC70. Man, the guy opened the car door with the remote and the seat moved back to the memory of the remote. Volvo had their game on a long time ago. We're losing coolant here, and it looks like the bottle is broken. So we're going to have to get another bottle for that thing. See, when you shut these cars off, first of all, coolant circulates through the bottle on these, even though it's a reservoir. Coolant comes up from the radiator, comes through here, goes into the bottle, goes down the back. And when you shut the car off is when the system pressurizes. It's really not pressurized when the car is driving, but when it's shut off, because of the heat, it pressurizes. So she's been losing coolant probably from there. Looks like it's been running down the bottle a little bit. I would do that first before I did anything else. Yeah. I don't smell any coolant inside the car. Pick and pull. Came out here, pulled a part off a car. Wrong side. Got all the way back to my car, decided to double check it before I drove away. Wrong side part. I bought the part a couple days ago. When I went to set it in the car, it bumped the car and snapped in half. So I gotta come get another one off of these 960s. So here I go. And I'm gonna grab a couple of those corner trims for these back seats off of this XC70, so that people can have those things. Try to make up for my little trip out here. So here we go, folks. And then after I leave here, headed down to Gilroy, jump on that 850, try to knock some of that stuff back out. Setting up a Christmas tree here. Guess where we are, folks? Bam! Back at this S60R. Last time we were here, had a turbo leaking. So Brian got a replacement turbo. We're going to work on getting that thing installed so this thing will finally be on the road. Remember, he had this single post lift. Told me he got this turbo out, so I'm about to get under here and take a look. See if this turbo's out. These turbos are hard to get out, just don't have the space. Whenever you're pulling the turbos out of here, all the lines are disconnected, all 3 vacuum lines are disconnected, and you just don't have enough room to get it out of the top. So we're going to take these 2 front subframe bolts out, make sure this subframe doesn't fall too far forward, and see if that gives us enough room to manipulate that out the top. So this bolt is not all the way out of the subframe. The one on the passenger side is. We put a jack stand there for safety's sake. I disconnected this coolant line And we were able to manipulate that turbo out of here. We are looking good. We went to drop the turbo in, and on the way down, we noticed there's a hole in the hot side wastegate. Stuck a scribe in there, and man, that thing, pretty decent hole. So we're not sure if that was going to be an issue. Since we have a spare turbo, we took the hot side of that one and put it on the new turbo. So we made sure it's clocked right. So now we're going to drop this turbo in this S60, and man, that's what it's doing to the front of the pipe there. But there's just enough room to get that in there. The engine tilts it forward a little bit. So I got the coolant hose out of the way. I got all the hardware picked up from down there that had fallen, and I'm going to set it in there, set it on the exhaust manifold, and then bolt it in. Let's get cracking. It's going down in there like this, the hot side down first, and once I get it close, I'm going to twist it so that the intake side connects up to the intake tube. On the TD04 turbos, you put the clamp on the back of the wastegate actuator. On these R's, the clamp is better on the front of the wastegate actuator. I put that on the wrong way last time. I flipped it this time. I got the turbo hung up top. I got all 3 vacuum lines on. I got the inlet tube on. Now I have the supply line in place, so I'm gonna come down here, and first thing I'm gonna do is secure this subframe, put that bolt in back over there, get this subframe up and tight, get that back in position. Then I'm going to hook up the oil supply line with the 19mm bolt. Then I'm gonna hook up the rest of these turbo lines. Everything's on the turbo except for this coolant line up top. I can't find that banjo bolt. Don't know where it is. I got the gaskets for it there, but don't know where the bolt is. I got the oil line on, tighten front and back. Got the drain line on, got the lower coolant line on, but not the coolant supply. So I need to find that. Then the exhaust can go on, and then I can fire this puppy up. After you purge off the low oil pressure. If you feel that this information was useful, please like it and share it with your social media friends. You can subscribe to my channel so that you will get notifications of future videos that I post. You can follow me on Twitter, and if you need to contact me directly, please visit my website. And if you have any questions, leave them below, and someone or myself will reply to them. Again, thank you very much for watching.